F. Matthias Alexander was born in 1869 in Tasmania, Australia. His family was rather poor and struggled to make ends meet. After completing his schooling, he worked several different odd jobs and enjoyed some success as an amateur actor. Thus, he decided to pursue a career reciting Shakespeare. All the world is a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances. And over time, one man plays many parts. As he enjoyed success, he, of course, did many more performances. As he spent more time on stage, however, a problem developed. At the end of a run of performances, and eventually even just after one show, he lost his voice. So before an upcoming performance, important performance, because he was still struggling to make ends meet, he consulted a doctor who advised 2 weeks of vocal rest. No speaking except in absolute necessity before the performance. When the time for the show came, he felt healthy, strong, and delighted to step out on stage. However, at the end of the 1-hour show, he was once again hoarse and losing his voice. So he returned to the doctor and asked, "What shall I do?" And the doctor replied, "Continue the treatment." But he questioned, "But doctor, I still lost my voice. Surely there's something I'm doing on stage to lose my voice. What could it be?" "I don't know. All I can recommend is vocal rest." So I have to find out for myself. So Alexander began noticing his own behavior to try and figure out what he might be doing with his body to provoke the loss of his voice. He never had any problems losing his voice in general conversation with family and friends, only when he stepped on stage. So he started practicing in front of a mirror where he could watch what he did with his body to figure out what he might be doing. I'd like us to take a moment and do our own little noticing body experiment. If you have a pen or something you can hold in your hand, I want you to take it as if you're going to write and hold it tightly. Do you feel the tension in your fingers, your wrist, arm, even your shoulder and neck? Can you write with this much tension? Not well. Shake your arm loose, let go of the tension, and now, how easy is it to write? Much more comfortable. Alexander noticed that when he stepped on stage, he created a lot of tension in his chest, neck, and adjusted his head position. And these extra tension points caused him to lose his voice. He developed techniques for removing the excess tension. Let the neck release to let the head move up and out, and the back lengthen and widen. Let the neck release to let the head move up and out, so that the back may lengthen and widen. As he applied these techniques, he became successful as a teacher, teaching these to students in Melbourne. He enjoyed success, and people encouraged him to continue on and move to London. He moved to London in 1904 and was able to charge 4 guineas an hour for lessons. In today's dollars, depending upon how you make the calculation, that's something between $500 and $800 an hour. So he managed to become quite successful, perhaps not as known as an actor, but a teacher of this method that assisted actors and other speakers in presenting and maintaining a healthy use of their body. As he taught more students, they realized that it was applicable for other areas, not just speaking, but any physical activity, walking, sitting, typing, in my case, playing a musical instrument, could be improved through the use of Alexander technique. Though Alexander died in 1955, he left a legacy of many students who now cover the entire world. I was very happy to move to Baltimore because there are several Alexander technique teachers in the area here. So if you have any sort of a physical activity that poses you difficulty, even lower back pain from sitting at work all day, I encourage you to take Alexander technique lessons. They certainly are not as expensive now as they were from him. Thank you.